hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. I realized that I was just talking to myself backstage. Sorry, y'all. I read all your messages and then I'm like, why aren't they not answering? I'm like, someone let me know that I'm live and nothing is coming. So I realized that I was not live. Hi. So it was like I also showcased my Deutsch skills. And it was like, in Deutsch, das ist super toll. Hallo an alle liebe schöne Deutsch. I don't know what that is. Das ist wunderbar. And Madame Sandra, comment sentez-vous aujourd'hui? And then Delise says, too early. I hope she got her questions. Stefan says, Guten Abend, Guten Abend. And Karen is here. Germs is here. Ducky is here. Hi, 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 everyone. Ich spreche Deutsch. The Deutsche Welle is not here, so like he's not in the background, but hopefully I'll wait for him for a little bit. I don't know if I should have had my phone close to me, so if he reaches out on what do you call it, Discord, so I will know, but I don't. How about one of my beautiful mods reach out to OFENLICHT and let him know, let me know if he's experiencing any difficulties. So, or maybe I can even access Discord here on my desktop. Let's open it up here. Oh no, I would need my phone to log into it. All right. Let's see what is going on. So I think this must be his first time joining a live. OFENLICHT has a channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, I will put the link later to his channel in the description. And I see that he has just joined in the background and showed me his hand in the background. So this is not a face reveal. So if you're there for that, let me just let you know so you don't get disappointed. But he's going to be off camera, but I think he can show us some of the fragrances that we're going to be discussing. I'm gonna what was I saying? I'm gonna introduce him first, and then we'll talk about. I introduced him. Basically, I've got to know him over Rich's Discord, and we had discussed like few things, and it seems like he gets my humor, which is very nice. And I was like, oh, he sounds like a nice person. Without further ado, ladies and gents, I'm gonna add to the stage Mr. OFENLICHT.
Hello, everybody. I hope you can hear me well.
Yes, I can hear you well.
Awesome. Yeah, so this is my first time joining a live stream. Thank you for having me.
Yes, yes.
I apologize for very rudely just showing an empty desk today. Maybe one day we will be able to do it in a face-to-face way. But I will have to see how it goes.
Oh no, don't worry about it. I was like, we all want you to feel comfortable. As long as we can hear you and we can communicate. Who cares if it's a desk or something else? Next time you can draw a picture of yourself and put it on the desk.
I should.
Right. So, tell us a little bit about yourself, Mr. OFENLICHT. How long you've been into perfumes? What's your story?
Oh, well, I don't know, there's two phases, right? So the fascination probably started a long time ago when I was still very young, when I smelled my parents' perfume and saw them standing in the closet, and I was wondering what this weird sprayer things was about, I think a lot of us maybe started getting curious this way. So that was a long time ago. And then the second phase maybe is when, like maybe about a year ago or so, when I really, started to getting into it properly, deeply, and looking up different notes and perfumers and different ingredients and all of that. And somewhere between.
Sorry, I'm going to be interrupting you all the time. Sorry, that might trigger your Germanness, but that's okay. Joking. So tell me, like, what kind of perfumes do you remember your parents, like, do you remember what they were wearing, or do you have any kind of
Yeah,
familiar?
yeah, I do. I don't. So my dad, he used to wear the Creed vetiver, but it wasn't the original vetiver. The naming kind of annoys me. So it wasn't the original vetiver, which comes in, I think it's a green bottle or black and green bottle maybe. It was the one in the clear bottle before that. So I think Creed claims it's from 1948, but I think we all know that that's probably not correct. I don't think Mr. Creed was already releasing fragrances in 1948, or at least not this particular one. So yeah, it was the Creed vetiver in a clear bottle. That was what was the one that my dad wore, and my mom. I remember, and I still remember the smell that my mom used to wear. It was Sergent's Santal Blanc.
Oh
So
my
I
God,
think,
you had bougie parents, man. Like,
yeah, they always had taste. So they maybe they didn't really know a lot about perfume, but they had taste at least.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. That is, let's see what the comments are saying. There are a bunch of comments in here. They're talking a little bit to each other, and they're saying, Dushan says, her. How do you say or her? OFENLICHT. You don't need to be good looking like Jeremy. It's enough to smell better than him. Oh, well, it's easy to
Well,
smell better than him.
I don't want to talk bad about people, but I don't think I'm looking much worse than Jeremy is. So that's not
That's a low
and
bar.
that's a compliment. I think we're both good-looking guys, and that's not the reason why I'm not with you on camera today. I thought maybe I put some flowers there. Maybe that's a little
Yeah,
bit nicer than
beautiful,
just a desk.
beautiful, beautiful. Are those like real flowers, or is it just a?
Those
Oh,
are actual real flowers that were picked. Yeah.
so
So these are
pretty.
just from nature.
Oh, very nice. Okay, so Karen says, I'm counting the rings on your table. They're just trying to guess the age of your table. No, I'm just.
I think the table's a little bit older than me, so
Wow.
I'm gonna give that hint at least. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah,
All right.
so my dad, he wore vetiver until it was discontinued, and then he actually went on to wear Lalique Encre Noire. So that was the next one that he moved on to. So he's always been liking vetiver scents, so that's maybe where I got into that note. And my mom, she didn't wear perfume for a long time. She's been wearing a little bit of like Joe Malone's here and there, just light stuff. But every time I meet her, I try to give her like a sample and maybe get her interested again. Yeah, so that's kind of how it's going these days. Actually, I got my dad into Healy, so he's been wearing
Wow.
not the Yuzu. So
Oh,
these
that's so
days,
cool. Like that you
yeah,
have all your parents are like interested in perfumes and things like that. That's like super cool.
yeah.
So you kind of watched them, but like over just last year, you've got into perfumes. Did you have like perfumes before that, or you didn't have at all and like started?
No, I did.
Mhm,
So I think end of middle school or starting high school, I got my first, my own first perfume. Actually, before that, if I'm being honest, I think I was in middle school, starting middle school. I stole my dad's perfume, but not the Creed, not the nice one. But it was still nice. It was like just a tiny bit of like, it was Calvin Klein Eternity for Men. But it was
yeah.
like an old bottle, and there was like just a little bit left. And I took that and I kind of just sprayed that because I thought, wow, that smells so interesting. This is like this really interesting smell that I've not like encountered before. So
Mhm,
that's like my first bottle that I had in my hand for myself, even though
mhm.
it wasn't mine technically. But yeah, then end of middle school, starting high school, I got a bottle of Calvin Klein One. So there was like a
Wow.
huge CK1, like 200 mils bottle that I bought, mainly because it was like, I think even back then, it was just like 25, 30 euros or something like that for 200
Mhm,
mils. And
mhm,
I way oversprayed that for a while. So that was like
mhm,
my first actual bottle that I bought. Yeah.
mhm,
And
mhm.
yeah.
And then, so did you just always like keep like a few bottles and then you got really into it last year? Is that how it went for you?
I wish I could say, but if I'm being honest, I lost interest at some point. So I don't know why. I always liked smelling things. So I was always still smelling, herbs, flowers when I was in the garden or just walking in nature, and like even wine or spirits or stuff like that. I always liked smelling stuff and liked smelling complex things. But for some reason, I stopped wearing perfume. I just wore body spray for a long
Oh,
time.
wow.
So I have to be honest. There was a big break after CK1, so I missed out on a lot of things. But yeah, so a year ago, everything just
Okay.
started again, and like I'm in way too deep now.
What sparked your interest again, like a year ago? Like what happened, like that all of a sudden you picked it up again?
Yeah, actually, I think it was me getting more into fashion. So I was starting to look into getting nice clothes, designers, different designers, and I started seeing all these people that were like wearing nice clothes also talk about how you could wear a fragrance to complement an outfit. So by looking into that and like seeing all these very fashionable people talk about these very weird fragrances on YouTube and other places, I kind of got interested, and I started looking things up, and I found like a bunch of different channels. Started with the more popular channels maybe, and then quickly found that's not quite my style. I think the only person that I still watch from when I just got really deep into it is Sebastian. I think I still watch Sebastian sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I missed the whole Jeremy phase in Germany. So I'm a German, but I never watched Jeremy for the longest time, and then I only watched him later on, and everything I saw was just a new top 5, top 10 list every week. And I was like so confused, like, how does this person get like top 5, top 10 perfumes every week? So I missed out on that, but yeah, that's how I got into it.
So, like, what was the interest though? Like you said, you started getting into fashion. Like, what made you decide like to even look into it? Like, was it like you had a change of heart and things? Like, did you change your, I don't know, what was there any moment that you were like, okay, I'm gonna get more to like fashion or things like that? Just because when like for me it was there was a period of time that I wasn't wearing perfumes often. It was like few years, like maybe from 2009 like on for 2013 or something. Like there was a period of time I had the bottles, all the bottles sat on my dresser, but I wasn't wearing them at all. In fact, it was just kind of really frowned upon. So at the time, there's all kind of this boom of allergies. Everyone had allergies, and I didn't wear them. And then, like after a while, I kind of started wearing them. I can't remember what it was that made me. I remember. I was in training and I was kind of miserable, so I was looking for something to be happy. And I picked up on again wearing them, my fragrances and stuff. But it is interesting that after a pause you come back to it like that, and deep dive this time.
Yeah, so what was the reason? So really, I think there was a point in time where I thought, well, you're getting a little bit older. Maybe it's time to start taking care of yourselves a little bit more. Making sure that you're well groomed, you're wearing nice clothes, and you're well dressed. And so and perfume initially was a part of that, but then it became more. It became something that I started, really connecting to emotions, and something that gave me comfort and gave me a topic to really dive into and have a connection with, and start learning more about, because I love learning new things. So I'm a person, I think a lot of people are like that. So I'm not unique in any way, but I really need something to keep my mind occupied, something to be able to look into deeply. And it's especially nice that I found a community that I find a lot of nice people to talk with. share this passion with. And even like in real life, some of my friends that I never knew were into perfume, I found out later, oh wow, these guys and these girls have like a collection, and they care about the stuff, they care about smelling nice, and I'm able to connect with them on another level as well. So yeah, that's why, you know, I got deeply into it. That's not just yeah.
So
Not
someone
just
is asking, yeah.
yeah, go ahead. No.
Sorry, someone's asking, please ask him what fashion brands he's into, that we know.
Oh.
Then we know what he looks like. Oh God, these guys are like dying.
You know, I know. There's always there's a lot of detectives in our community, and I love it. I'm gonna give them something. So I really like Japanese fashion. So I'm probably not surprising a lot of people with this. Like, this is kind of like the nerdy thing. I really like Comme des Garçons. Well, a lot of people already know that I like Comme des Garçons, but yeah, I like their clothes as well, even though I can't afford a lot of them. I like the Japanese Americana fashion. So they do a lot of reproduction and high quality American clothing, like from back in the day. They take the styles and the cuts and then make it with modern techniques, but also in like true to the way of the time back then. So brands like Real McCoys or Buzz Rickson, or I think one was called Ironheart. So these brands as well, and then like Japanese hiking fashion, or like more like functional wear, like Nanamika is one. So it's that was another one. So yeah, I think that's about it. That should be enough.
That should be enough. And I guess the Japanese kind of fascination, is it personal to you?
Yeah.
That's all.
So I don't know what started exactly. So I think there's something about the culture. You know, this maybe is like a little bit corny, and I'm totally fine with that. But there's something about the culture that really clicked with me. I went to Japan the first time in 2017. I went there after a long stay in Asia. I was living in Asia for a while, for a year, and then before I went back to Germany, I thought, well, let's stop in Japan, because I've always heard good things about it. So this is like my chance to go there. And I spent almost 2 months in Japan, just traveling around the country, and I really felt so comfortable there. I thought this is a country that, you know, it has its faults, it has its flaws. There's definitely, it's not all roses, but I felt so comfortable and so welcomed there. Even though maybe some people say, "Oh, it's hard to, you know, interact socially with Japanese people," they tend to really care about you, even if you're not a Japanese person.
Yeah, I've had when I immigrated here, I had some Japanese friends in French school, and those were like one of the politest and best friends, and really caring. Like they were not bubbly personality by any means, but they were really caring and really polite, which is something that was very endearing about them. And you know, my kid trains with I don't know how this happened, but my kid trains soccer with a few Japanese kids who are here on work, like with their family for work. And then their coach is Japanese. And I really love how they are, you know, like they teach the kids the respect and whatever. The coach is super kind and nice to kids. But then if discipline is needed, it's needed. And I'm so happy I'm vindicated. I says, like, yes.
Yeah, you can't see me, but I'm nodding with you as you talk about these things, and not to get too deeply into cultural things, especially since I'm not Japanese and I don't claim to know their culture perfectly. They have this aspect of being, you know, overly polite, or maybe having this pressure to be polite and having this pressure to be respectful. And also like this respect to elders and all of that, and they have certain aspects where, you know, as an outsider, it's not as easy to, you know, be a part of the culture. But they also have this other way of being very genuine, you know, really caring. If you truly meet someone and they realize that you are a genuine person, that you are genuinely interested in the culture and in, you know, maybe learning some Japanese, trying to get some badly worded sentences in Japanese out to them and trying to communicate, they give that back tenfold, and that's what I appreciate. And I think some other cultures could really learn something from them, like as we all can from all cultures. I think we always can learn something from different cultures, but especially these days, I'm feeling more and more that certain aspects of Japanese culture really speak to me, and I'm kind of missing them in my current country of Germany. Not that I have, not that I don't like living in Germany. I think it's brilliant. I think we are very lucky in our own ways. And even you in Canada, I really need to visit Canada someday.
You should. You should come over. We have like a huge German community here. Did you know that? Like we have a huge German community here. Like there's a lot of farmers that are like immigrated many, many years ago. They're from Germany and they speak German. Like they and they have like German last names and whatnot. It is very interesting, actually. In fact, I have a family member who speaks German and is from that community.
That's awesome. I didn't know about that. I knew that there was like a Texas German community in the United States, but I didn't know that it was a German community in Canada. I should have known because part of my family actually moved to Canada, but it's a part of my family, of my German family, that I never really got to know because they moved before I was like old enough. So maybe I need to seek them out maybe someday.
Yeah, we always get exchange students to work in the farms and stuff because they come and they speak German and they come in over the summer, they stay and whatnot. It's awesome. Anyhow, if you come ever, like let me know. Yeah, you can come and stay.
Awesome, thank you.
That's super nice. Kidding. Okay, so let's get into the perfume scene. Like, tell me a little bit about the perfume scene in Germany. Like, you have been to France, right?
I've been to France. I've never been to Grasse. I've never been to Paris. I've mainly stayed in like the so what are they called? The Massif Central or Central Massif, the mountains in the center of France. And I've stayed a lot on the west coast near Bordeaux, near the Medoc area. So those places I've mainly been in France, but I definitely have a connection with France as well, because my dad really loves France. Maybe that's where he got his love for perfume as well, and wine and all of that. So we've always spent a lot of time in France, camping and all that when I was young. Yeah.
I spend a lot of time hearing French people complaining about Germans bringing their own beer while they're camping.
Yeah, I can totally understand, but also I can understand, the history between our two countries is very long and storied, and I'm really glad that these days we have become very good friends as countries, and it's been a lovely development, I guess. But part of that is complaining about people that you like, no,
absolutely. I'm actually the people you like to know you the most because you see them the most. So can you tell me a little bit about what is the climate of like perfumery in Germany? Is it as like widely available where you are? Like do you have like all these niche and how accessible are some brands in there? Like because I feel like sometimes I had heard before that sending stuff to Germany or getting stuff from Germany is difficult. Like outside Germany is difficult, but I'm not sure. And I don't know what the perfume culture is like. What are the trends? Any comments on that?
Yeah, so traditionally speaking, German perfume culture is more restrained. So I think it's actually less, it's definitely not on the level of French perfume culture. I think people used to wear rather quiet scents in Germany. They don't want to annoy other people, but it's been changing a lot. So these days, especially young people in Germany are starting to get hugely into perfume, especially into luxury perfume. So it's become like a huge status symbol, even with teenagers. People as young as 12 or 13, they have bottles that are worth hundreds of euros. And there's been a huge growth in the scene, and I'm hoping it shifts more into more interesting stuff, because what I smell when I'm out in the tube, I live in a big city. I live in Berlin. So in Berlin, it's very, very easy to get niche perfumes because there's a few perfumeries. There's big department stores that carry lots of brands. but the stuff that's popular here is generally not the stuff that I'm hugely into myself. So when I'm out in the tube, what I smell a lot is like like cologne brands, perfumes, very, very sweet, ambery stuff, amber woody stuff. Sometimes I'm very happy when I smell something like fresh. Even something like Sauvage is a lot less annoying than some of the other things. But yeah, young people, they're starting to get into the more popular niche brands such as Xerjoff. Xerjoff is really, really huge in Germany. So there's a distributor here that's worked a ton to grow the market for Xerjoff in Germany. So it's actually probably the largest niche brand, I would say, in Germany, maybe alongside some of the classics like Creed, I'm thinking, yeah.
I'm actually surprised to hear. I don't know why. Like, I can't just picture a traditional German wearing a cologne of a fragrance. I don't know why. Like, is that like I'm not a stereotyping. I don't know why it would be. Like, I just feel like they would not want to wear a cologne. Like, I don't know why I'm thinking that way, but I am surprised to hear that colognes are also taking over. And France is the same thing. Like, everyone is pulling out it. Kind of a dupe brand, like out of their bag or whatever, and they're using it. It's quite it's everywhere.
I mean, if we're being honest, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was saying, if we're being honest, some of the bigger brands, some of the bigger, more popular niche brands also do clones. So it's not even just the Middle Eastern brands, but maybe it's especially so in Berlin because we have a huge diaspora of like people from the Middle East and these parts of the world. So I get to smell more of that style of perfumery, which it's really not the style it's just the amount, really. Like when you're in an enclosed space, sometimes it just gets a little bit too much, but I don't have any problems with it, really. It's just something that I noticed when I'm on the tube. I've noticed what people are smelling.
Lily is asking what scent genre do they prefer in Germany in specific. Like, when I was talking to Clemence, because she's French, and she was saying that traditionally people didn't like super super loud or abrasive perfumes. They're just soft and kind of florals and things like that, not choking. But is there kind of a fragrance genre or like a kind of like genre basically that traditionally German people would wear, like or prefer, like whether it would be the note or it would be how intense a fragrance is. Like, in Japanese culture, you don't wear something that's like huge, like, suffocating everyone. That's considered a little bit rude, but I'm just wondering about Germany because I don't know. Is there such thing or no?
I'm not too sure. I know, well, obviously way back in the day, when if we go way back, then it's gonna be something like 4711, right? Like that brand, and that brand is pretty big here as well. Like, it's still sold a lot in places, and also brands like Job and Calvin Klein used to be very big here. I don't think it's that different maybe from American perfume culture or Canadian perfume culture, like North American perfume culture. I don't think there's a huge difference in that sense. What's popular here is also what's popular there. Maybe the older generation, tends more towards like a cologne style of fragrance, just something fresh and citrusy on the men's side. Even though there's a lot of women that also wear 4711, and maybe the women wear something more classically floral. I wouldn't say maybe chypre, maybe more fresh floral stuff. But that's just my personal experience. I can't really speak for the whole of Germany because I don't think it's that different from the American or North American perfume culture. There's lots of these very popular perfumes that are just universally popular, I think.
So Karen says it seems like there should be a German word for overspraying. Negative connotation. Is there such word?
I mean, we could definitely translate it. Übersprühen would be very literal, but it probably would be something like darin baden. We say darin baden, so it means to bathe in it. So that would be something that we would say, yeah.
But whatever I came up with this Parfümgespräch, Gespräch or something. Is that actually a word, or because I use a Google Translate for me?
It's
that
it's just it's just putting together perfume and a talk. So it would be a talk about perfume. I think it's technically correct because in German we can put together lots of words and it'll be a correct word. Yeah, it might
you
not
don't
be
need a
very
hyphen.
very. Sorry, go ahead.
See, you don't need a hyphen, like in English when you do it. Generally you don't put them together unless it's actually a word, like two words together. It's either hyphenated or like separate words. But this one didn't come as hyphenated on Google Translate. I'm like, okay.
No, you wouldn't put a hyphen here. I think that's correct the way it is.
I see. Okay. So are you ready to share some of your new discoveries, things that you have been enjoying this summer? You'll do one, I'll do one.
Yes, so I still went with the idea of like the stuff that I've been wearing most this summer, but I also have some bonus. I have lots of stuff. Like I brought out lots of things. I don't probably we won't get to talk about all of them, but I will show a couple. But yeah, so do you want to start or should I start?
Go ahead, you're the guest.
All right, so I'm going to make a little bit of space. Maybe like that. No, let's do it like this.
Drum roll.
So I have to give a shout out to somebody. So my first choice is this one. So this is Serge Lutens L'Orpheline. And this, I have to give a shout out to Sense for Thought. I had this bottle before, but Sense for Thought, he reminded me, I think in my video about Towers Encens Rosé, that this was one of his picks for like a very clean aldehydic incense fragrance. So this is just exactly that. It's incense, but there's a big aldehydic top note that is kind of, waxy, kind of sparkly. And then there's a big dose of ambroxan and musks in the base that gives this like a soapy, clean feel, but also lots of incense. And it's like a very cold incense. And I think there's a different note as well that I'm not quite sure. There's a spicy note in there. So obviously, Serge Lutens loves his spices. So what I'm picking up is maybe something like coriander and also white pepper, because it has this spicy peppery note that you get from a lot of incense, but it's got this kind of fermented, kind of musty feel to it. So that's why I'm thinking of white pepper when I smell this, together with the soapy, clean musks and aldehydes and this incense that's always in the back. But it's not a very smoky incense. It's a clean, cold incense.
Yeah. The only notes that Ferrantica mentioned is incense and musk, which is, I don't know if that's true.
There's a lot more going on there.
Yeah, probably. And I'm like, why haven't I smelled this one? Have you smelled Dior's 1947?
57, I think.
No, Dior's New Look 1947.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm thinking of Chanel. I don't think so. No, I haven't smelled that one.
I wonder if they're similar, because that's like, I think maybe the new look. So there's a new look and there's a new look 1947. The new look is aldehydes and incense in that genre. So I wonder if there's any similarities between them. I wouldn't be surprised if there was. So again, in the Parfum says the same thing. It's just musk and incense, but I'm sure there's more than that. And who's responsible that I have not smelled this one before? I feel very.
At least Sense for Thought knew about it. So.
Yeah, I knew about it, but I've never smelled this one. And it's that. Let's see what people say. This perfume reminds me of. Oh, these are also weird things. Andrew Mack and some other things. Okay, so nothing really that I know of. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is like a new bottle, and these are very cheap here. So in Germany, you can pick this one up for 45 euros, the 50 ml. And the 100 ml, I think, is about 65, 70 euros. Oh, so it's very affordable. If you're in Germany, I can recommend this one. I can also send a link if anybody's interested in buying it here in Germany.
Do you have a discounter in Germany, like a famous discounter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lots of them. Even Notino is one of them.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I'll do. Maybe I'll go by. Where are my papers? My papers, old school. Here, now go by Guerlain's Neroli Outre Noir. I have,
Ooh.
yeah. So I have been, not this one. I do not wear this one very often, but it is one of my favorite neroli fragrances. Like, and it's not. And this is either love it or hate it. Some neroli lovers don't like this one at all because of the black tea. I think it's tea or mostly black tea note in it. I just absolutely love this one. Absolutely love this one. And this is one of those like original presentations with this puffer thing. Yeah, and then this one has a lock system. Like there was 2 iteration of these. Like there's one iteration that doesn't have the lock system, and those are notorious for leaking in the shipping. And there's these ones that have a lock-in system a little bit, so they lock and doesn't spray. If you push, doesn't spray. So a little bit better, but not fantastic by any means. Let me see. Let's wear this a little bit. So good. Have you tried this one?
I have the new formulation, so I don't know the old one. And also nice to hear about the locking system, because I was going to ask these types of sprays. I heard they're very prone to evaporation. Like the juice would evaporate more quickly with that type of sprayer, and maybe go off as well. But with the locking system, maybe that's better on this bottle.
Yeah. So you can just lock it. You feel that you lock it, and then it's just not going to spray out of that. But again, when you're transporting them, I actually asked the guy there's a way to fiddle with the thing. So I asked the guy to take it out and pour it into, on the video, pour it into a bottle for me, and then just ship them separately, the juice and the bottle separately, because regardless, they are kind of very prone to, these kind of presentation of Guerlains are prone to leaking with the puffer thing, regardless of the lock system anyways. But this is absolutely gorgeous one. And what I like about it is that actually that combination of the tea, I like, funny enough, like I was looking at all the fragrances that I picked up today, and I was like, well, damn it, all of them have neroli. Because when I think of summer, I think of neroli, but it has to be in combination with something really, that smoothens up the neroli. I can't be doing it like a very, very sharp neroli. If it's like a really like oily neroli, I don't know if I'm making sense. That just overpowers and takes over. Or if it's too sweet, I can't do it. But this is absolutely gorgeous. So the perfumers are mentioned to be both Thierry Wasser and Delphine Yelk, and like Petit Grain, Bergamot, Tangerine, Lemon, Grapefruit, Tea, Neroli, Orange Blossom, Smoke, earthy notes, oak moss, vanilla, myrrh, benzoin, and ambrette. And that's what I like about this one, because it's not only that at the beginning it's so kind of nice and fresh and gives you that, but then when it dries down, it dries down to a really nice smell without it being overpowering or being like not appropriate for the season. So I quite enjoy this one, and I hope they never discontinue it, even though there are some rumors, but we shall see.
Yeah, hopefully. I did enjoy that one as well. I got like this, it's very citrusy in the opening, because I think there's lots of also fresh citrus in there in the opening, like sweet citruses. And I can report that even the new formulation is still pleasant, and they still have that smoky note that I was so surprised about when I got this, because it's so fresh. But then you have this really, to me, it's quite prominent. It's not like woody smoke, but it's this just kind of smoky, spicy.
Smoky tea. Like it's the smoky tea. To me, what I'm smelling in the opening is a smoky sweet tea. Like and I don't know how does it make sense, but there are some teas that you can smoke them, like the tea leaves, in the smoker just a little bit, and they get that kind of a smoky smell to it. And then when you sweeten them, like when black smoked tea and sweeten them, it smells like this. And then add a little bit of a citrusy note on top. And absolutely gorgeous, absolutely beautiful.
Lovely.
Let me look at the notes in here. Who talks about what? In the US, Orphelin is $200 USD for 50 ml. Don't buy like retail, Raymond. Like you can buy it on FragBuy, or you can buy it on all the discounters who do have that. That's quite cheap. And the price that you're mentioning is for discounters, isn't like for Orphelin, Yeah. They made live. I met two neroli loves in Canon Verdes, and both from Maison Detto. Yes, Maison Detto has lots of nice ones. Okay, so next, what do you have?
Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention this is from 2014. Obviously, the perfume is
Mhm.
Christopher Sheldrake, but yeah, I don't think anybody's surprised. Okay, next I have. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No.
What was that?
But you didn't see it?
I
Did
saw
anybody
it, but
catch
that's
it?
not for summer. I don't think anything from that house.
No, 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 no. I'm not wearing this one. I'm not killing all my people around me. But I thought I would add something that I've actually been wearing a lot, and that is a little bit maybe not traditionally summery. This, so we talked about my favorite brands. I'm going to clean the bottle a little bit. This is Comme des Garçons Black Pepper,
Black pepper.
and yeah, it's a pepper scent, and I wouldn't
Mhm.
say it's traditionally summery, but it's been kind of a cold, rainy summer here in Germany. And on a rainy day, in like the low to mid 20s, this works out surprisingly well. So
Well,
the
it's not.
notes are
It doesn't. I think it gives a cool feeling though. Black pepper can give that. It's a little bit of a smoky, right? Like, is there an incense in that? Incense and black pepper? I think that just kind of.
honestly,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not sure. The Comme des Garçons
Mm.
always put some incense in all of their stuff, but I'm not sure in this one. It is slightly smoky though. It's like
Mm.
it's got this peppery,
Mm.
smoky quality.
Mm. So it's kind of like a cool feeling when you like it's one of those scents that when you smell, I don't, it doesn't give me warmth. It just feels like cool. So I can see that you would wear that in summer too, like if you wanted to. But again, it's spicy, so I don't know how that would go. Okay.
Yeah,
And
you would
yeah.
have to like spicy scents, but it's yeah, this is it's just pepper and cedar wood, and there's some tonka in it to give it like a little bit of a sweetness
Mm,
and like a little bit of a nuttiness,
mhm,
and lots of musks. And
mhm,
wouldn't you believe it, this is so I should say for context, this is from 2016. It was perfumed by Antoine Maisondieu,
mhm.
who's a genius. And this features the note of Akigala wood. So the
Right. I'm
dreaded
looking at
Akigala wood. This was one of the first perfumes that features this note. And luckily, Antoine Maisondieu has like he has a very, how do you say, like a soft touch with it.
it.
Because if I wouldn't have known that I was in there, I would have, like, if I wouldn't have read it, I would have never known. I would have never
Mm,
guessed that this would feature Akigala wood, because it's not metallic. It's not this medicinal hospital floor smell. It's not
mm,
hitting you in the back of your throat. It just gives this
mm.
slightly woody, peppery feel to it that kind of makes the pepper note last a little bit longer.
Yeah, I think there's this when I was at JIP, like the teacher was saying, like the art of perfumery, like there's a lot of things that could not be made without synthetics and these kind of new accords, and the art is in to use them in moderation. If you use them and overpowers the fragrance, yeah, there will be some people who won't like it. I think there's like a lot of things, like even like indole, or if you use a lot of indole, the fragrance would stick like shit. So it just needs that kind of moderation, maybe sometimes a touch of something, and it just adds and blends in and just makes it magic. I like that about perfumery, because it's almost like baking. Cooking is like different than baking to me. It's like cooking is just, you can almost guess what the product would taste like, but sometimes baking, you'd be in for a surprise because it's kind of like a chemical thing. So anyways, I'm just, it won't surprise me that they would be used in some small doses and it smells still very good, and like it adds something to the fragrance rather than taking over it, right?
Yeah, I always say to people when I hear, like, because obviously Canton Beach is known for its use of Akigala wood, and even people that don't like his creations, I always tell them, try black pepper, just so you know
Mm.
that I think the material can be used properly, and it's not
Mm.
the fault of the material, it's the fault of, or the responsibility of the person using it, and anything can
Absolutely.
be used in the wrong way. Any
Mhm.
material, no matter how lovely it is. And
Mhm.
this to me is it's a good example of this. And I was
Mhm.
wondering, have you tried this one?
I had a sample of this one. Actually early on, like in my niche kind of thing, like in 2021 or something, I got a sample of that one. I really liked it. You know, funny enough to say that, like I'm making a German connection, but I have two uncles in Germany. I had, one of them passed away. I had two uncles in Germany, and they used to use something when one of them used to live in Iran for a little while with his German wife, and I guess the wife had some like oil that she would sniff, and that would just make her headache better. And my mom asked my uncle once, "Can you bring me some of that oil again?" I can't remember what oil it is, but it's not has nothing to do with the black pepper. But as soon as you sniff it, like it just almost clears your sinuses. And this black pepper was the same. Like I just smelled it and I felt like it's kind of opened the airways. I really, really liked it for that effect. But then I put it down and I don't know where the sample went. I don't know, like I just got distracted and never got a bottle, but I would have gotten a bottle. I really like black pepper.
No, I think you're spot on, because pepper and cedar have this like links. You know, when you smell maybe when you smell fresh lumber, you know, when people have cut down a cedar tree or like a conifer, any plant like that, there's also this kind of fresh camphoraceous smell, and pepper has just nuances on that, like just this very slight freshness, this oily freshness that isn't just spicy, but has this like minty feel. Like it doesn't smell of mint, but it has this feel. And I would say also this black pepper, it is very spicy, but it doesn't actually make your eyes water, at least not to me. I think it's very very finely done and very nuanced, and it smells so realistically of high quality pepper, not like this cheap pre-ground stuff, but when you get like really, really nice peppercorn, it makes a difference. If you get nice pepper, it makes a difference, and grind it freshly. You will thank me, especially when you do it like in pasta or salads. It's so worth it.
Yeah, and it's the same thing with the, you know, when you're grinding fresh pepper, it rarely ever makes you sneeze, but then it's a powdered way, you know, pre-ground. Sometimes it happens. Like I wondered, there's something about that.
Totally.
So let me just take a look quickly at the comments. Antonia Hobson, hi, how are you? Germsy's here. I couldn't smell it at all in black pepper. I couldn't smell it at all. Ooh,
probably the Kakigara wood, right?
Right. Oh. Sequoia and Avignon are my favorite. Oh, I have to smell those. But I think Rich told me Cardinal from Healy smelled like Avignon. I have Cardinal, so they market the flavoring houses new material. Then if it does well, they oversaturate the market with it. Cash Brown is the Isui Super, Amber Oxen, Amberwood. Yeah. Antonio, Great Night in the Mountain. I mean, the thing is, that's the nature of human beings, right? Like it's never a happy medium. It's either nothing or everything. It's just like the world is always kind of swinging in directions, and people pick up on something. Oh, this must be good. Let me just overdose it with everything. It's just like, ugh, don't do that. Let's keep it in moderation. Okay, so my second one that I want to talk about is Prada Infusion Iris, and this is a 200 ml bottle because I like it so much, and I think this is my second 200 ml bottle in my lifetime. I bought this one early on in my going back to niche fragrances, and it came up really good deal on, I think it was on Fragnet or something, and it's one of really dumb reach fragrances, easy dumb reach fragrances to wear. This one is original is the 2007 fragrance, and the nose behind it is Daniela Andrier, and the notes are African orange flower, neroli orange, mandarin orange, iris galbanum, mastique, Virginia cedar, incense benzoin, and vetiver. All I get from it, it's a lot of iris with woody background. Like I mean cedar too, but the cedar is a little bit more pronounced. Yeah, pronounced in this one. Which is this Iris Cedre. So there's I can't show the bottles side by side, but this one is Iris Cedre, and this one is Iris. This one is a little bit leans fresher. I think the cedar just gives a little bit more freshness, versus this is a little bit more powdery. So they are all of them, including and then they also come in. I think this is discontinued though, like the Infusion d'iris, the Infusion d'iris Absolue Fleur d'Oranger. So it comes in that. I have 2 bottles of it. I may sell this like 50 ml bottle. I don't think I'm going to use it that much, but this is discontinued. And then in terms of notes, pretty much the same for the Iris and Iris Cedre, but the Absolute is a little bit more simplistic notes in saying that. Let me see what the notes are for that one. Is Iris Cedar, Tunisian neroli, incense, and benzoin. And neroli is a little bit more prominent in this one, but really the difference between them, between these two, is quite subtle. Just one is more powdery, one is more fresh, and this one is a little bit more neroli, which I like actually. Have you tried any of them?
Yes, that was a great pick by you. I love this one. I've only tried the 2015 formulation probably, but I loved it. I was actually looking at bottles as well. Sometimes they pop up quite cheaply here on the secondary market. I could pick up, like, I think I saw a 100 ml bottle for like 70 euros, which is a great price. Yeah, this one, I tried the Iris, I tried the Cèdre, and I tried the Gingembre. I tried at least those 3. And I thought they were all nice, but I was surprised. Oh, I also tried the Vetiver. There's also a Vetiver one that I also
Vetiver is nice.
Yeah, that one was recommended to me by the salesperson. That Vetiver, actually, in the top notes, I was like not loving it. It was kind of sweet, I think, but as it right down, that one got nicer, I think. But still, out of all of the ones I tried, the Iris one is my favorite, and it's like it's almost like you took a cologne and added some iris to it.
Yes.
And yeah, that was kind of like how I felt about it. And it's so clean. It's so easy to wear. And to me, it's perfectly unisex. I don't have any qualms about wearing it. And it's like got this very soapy, nice, bright quality to it. Yeah, I love it.
You know, I now realize all of a sudden it just kind of like dawned on me what I was doing. Like when we went to Jip and we made a cologne, eau de cologne.
Yeah.
I guess I was trying to recreate this because it was, you know, eau de cologne. We were making a traditional eau de cologne, and then I kind of overdosed it with iris.
That sounds good though.
And now I think they may be like they may smell. I mean, not the same, obviously, not the quality or whatever, but they may smell closer. Maybe I was in my mind, I was just unconsciously recreating this one. It's awesome. Infusion d'amande is very nice too, but it's quite subtle. Like so, it's very soft and scent bubble, like a bedtime scent kind of thing. It's very, very nice. Infusion d'amande. I don't know if you've tried it.
Too. No, that one I haven't tried. How do they do the almond? Do they add heliotrope or is it different?
Let me just see. I think it is heliotrope. So almond is generally heliotrope, unless that you're adding almond oil, and it's very expensive. Hold on, let me see. Infusion. Most likely it is at that price range. It is probably just heliotrope. Let's see what it says. It says bitter almond, so it probably has some bitter almond oil.
Yeah.
And heliotrope, musk, tonka, and anise. It's very, very nice. Very nice. Beautiful.
It does sound good. And that's like, yeah, I like that you mentioned almond. I think a well done almond can be really, really nice, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. It's well, like, but there's also the very fine balance. Like a lot of people have not tasted bitter almond. Bitter almond is very bitter. And having been from Iran, like we eat nuts all the time, like in our snacks, and sometimes there's like a few bitter almonds is mixed in between, and it's just such a bad surprise when you get a bitter almond. So if it is too strong, it immediately is repulsive to me because it's almost like I can taste it. It was too strong, the bitter almond, but it's like in a good moderation is really, really good. Okay, so what are the comments are saying? I have even wanting to try mimosa. Yes, they have a bunch of others. I don't know. Oh, Germs is taking more neroli. Maybe you should reach out to me. What's your favorite Schwarzlose Berlin Perfumes creation? What is that?
Schwarzlose, that's a perfume brand from Berlin, like a niche brand. And I think Schwarzlose actually means without black. And I think that's a reference to gunpowder without black smoke. But yeah, it's maybe a bit embarrassing to admit, but I haven't tried any of this stuff. I heard the leather was nice, but I also heard from a lot of people that their stuff is kind of not as interesting as people hope. But I will have to try it. There's also another German brand. I seen Altruist. Okay, I'm gonna note that down. Dushan, thank you for the suggestion. I'm gonna have to try it because it's definitely available here. So I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna try Altruist. I'm gonna try the leather probably. And also there's a different Berlin brand that I want to shout out that I am gonna try. It's called Harry Lehmann. And that's also a brand from Berlin. And what I like about this guy is, or well, not this, I think maybe he's not alive anymore, but the brand, they sell 10 ml bottles. So very small bottles, and they sell them for under 20 euros a bottle. So you get to try a bunch of these 10 mls for a good price. And yeah, I want to give them a shout out. And they make a scent that's called Lindenblüte, which is linden blossom. Which is, so it's connected to Berlin because we have lots of linden trees here in Berlin. And yeah, every spring and summer we get this linden blossom smell that permeates all the streets. Yeah.
Awesome. That's a good time to remind everyone, please like the stream, subscribe if you haven't, all those nice things. And without further ado, what's your next one?
So you mentioned almond, which is a great, I think, segue, because my next one is, ta-da!
Ooh, what is that? No?
Is Lalique. Lalique Noir Première is their more expensive line. And this is called Plume Blanche 1901. So they all have like a year associated with them. And this is Plume Blanche, which I think is like white plume. And
some bling bling on that bottle. Get it closer to camera so I can see what it is.
Sorry, yeah. Let me show you the pattern. I don't know if it's focusing.
You like it. Is that like a thing of a, what do you call that bird?
Yeah, it's like I forgot. I'm blanking as well. Peacock.
Two yourselves. Peacock. Yes. Yes. Oh, very, very nice. Very nice. I had not seen a bottle of that. So what are the notes? What is that one about?
Yeah, so this one is from 2020, and this actually is a 2020 formulation as well. I picked it up from a discount and I found out my bottle is from 2020, but it's still good, luckily. Yeah, this is by Karine Dubreuil-Sereni, who's also done a lot of good stuff. And this is like a spicy, powdery, woody scent. And the main notes that I'm getting is like this big cardamom and violet leaf top note. So it's like got this violet leaf waft like that hits you in the nose, but it's not super petrol-y. So it doesn't go very masculine, but it balances out the sweet notes. And there's this huge cardamom in this like cooling cardamom that to me smells actually really kind of high quality. Like it smells kind of realistic to cardamom I've smelled from like from dried cardamom pods. And there's also some citrus in the top notes, like there's a mandarin top note, there's some pink pepper, but I don't get much of the pink pepper. And then the hot notes are mostly white florals. So the listed ones are jasmine, white heliotrope, almond leaf, and benzoin. And I get the heliotrope, I get the benzoin, but it doesn't go like marzipan. So it's like very dry and powdery almond.
What's the name? What's the name of the fragrance? Is this
Plume Blanche?
Plume Blanche.
Plume Blanche, if you want to pronounce it more English.
I found it. 1901. Plume Blanche, 1901. Okay.
And then the base notes are white cedar, white musk, patchouli, and tonka. And I also get the tonka, which helps like make this almond note a little bit more woody. But yeah, it's sweet, but it's somehow the violet leaf and the woody notes help it not go cloying. So I find this easy to wear in summer. Maybe some men will find this more masculine, more feminine, but I don't mind it. I've seen some people compare it to Soleil Blanc by Tom Ford, the regular one, but I think it's different enough. I think this is more spicy. I think this is less creamy and a little bit more interesting to me personally, especially for the prices. So these, I think, if you buy them from Lalique, they're very expensive. I think they like 300 euros or something.
Mhm.
But if you get them from a discounter, they're like 75. So that's a big
Okay.
difference. Yeah.
Oh wow! I don't even know we have them in the discounters here. Like that's I have not seen them. Like maybe we do. I'm just like never had them before. But interesting, very interesting. I didn't know if they even had like a line like that, like a more
Yeah.
yeah.
There's a few in there that are nice. I also have all en temporel. I think it's 1888 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that one is like a violet ambery tobacco-y scent. It's like kind of a good winter scent as well. So
sounds good.
yeah.
Okay, let me just show these guys. Like I found it on for people who are watching and asking questions. Let me see if I can bring it up to the screen here. Maybe my computer. Hold on. Upload file. Desktop. That looks pretty weighty too.
Yeah, the only thing that's bad is the cap. It's like a plastic cap, but I can live with it. So yeah, that's how it looks without the cap. And there's these windows in here that have this like I don't know, leaf or something shaped glass that is like a reference to an old Lalique bottle where you can see like how much fluid is left. And all these bottles have this shape, and they come in a very huge. I should have gotten the packaging, but there's like this huge box that is like piano black lacquer, and it opens up, and it's super heavy and wooden and all of that. Super fancy. So you feel great about spending 75 euros at a discounter when you get these.
Yeah, no kidding. Hold on, I'm just having a hard time just trying to save this as a PDF because it won't come in here as a save a copy, and we do a PDF. Sorry guys, we are not coordinating. We have this shows that we did not coordinate any of these. We just did them. And I don't know what he was going to pick. He didn't know what I was going to pick. We just decided that we're going to go with it. Hold on a second. For whatever reason, I am determined to show this here. Okay, here it is. And
all the bottles are very pretty. Every single one of these has a different style, even though it's the same shape. But all of them have a different style, and they're all super pretty. One of them has like this shape of a dragonfly wing, and that one is so beautiful. I think it's called Illusion Captive or something like that. I really want that one.
Who's trying? Delise is saying, oh, Moose is here. Hi, Moose. How are you? Mitra Rosa, the review of this collection. Yeah, well, okay. That sounds good. I'll take a small decant of that. I don't know which one you talked about. We're talking about. And then someone asked, Delise asked, have you tried Or Intemporel from Lalique?
Yes. I have the bottle as well of that one. I have a full bottle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's good. It's like it kind of reminds me of what did it remind me? I forgot now. That was something that reminded me of a lot. Like it's got like these very creamy vanilla notes, and then also like some lots of violet leaf, I think, and also some tobacco, a little bit of like a creamy milk coffee quality to it. I thought it was very, very pleasant. I think I'm blanking now. It reminded me of something else, but I can't remember right now. But yeah, I have a bottle of that one. It's also I think less than 80 euros on discount this year. It's very affordable. So, yeah,
it's a great price range. So my next one. Oh, did I pick more than 5? No, I think. How many we have done? Each 3 or 2?
You've done 2, I think. Was it? You've done the Neroli Outre Noir and the Effusion d'Iris.
Okay, right. So my next one is Cedra 37 from, and this is a Berlin exclusive, isn't it? Oh my God!
I know this one. Yeah.
I did not pick it by purpose. Like it just.
You
like,
didn't?
No, it was just like because my favorite freshie. This is my favorite freshie Le Labo. I picked it up and I was like, oh wait a minute, it's a Berlin exclusive. It just dawned on me that it's Berlin exclusive.
Yeah, you should have pretended you did it with purpose. Yeah,
I know.
That was a good.
I pretended like
that was funny.
like picked it by just for you. No, sorry. So apparently the nose behind it is Daphne boogie or bougie, I don't know how you say that, but citron, ginger, musk, woody note, and ambergris. And I think this is quite simple, like in the genre of the Le Labo fragrances, but it's absolutely gorgeous and it lasts all day on me. Like and I can't get enough of this, with this a little bit of a smokiness, and then there's kind of, I don't know where that comes from, but more like a woody, and then there's that ginger that gives it like really fresh feeling to it. Have you tried this one? You should have.
Yes. I had to. I went to the Le Labo counter, and I went there initially to try Patchouli 24, of which I got like a small sample as well. But the salesperson obviously, showed this one to me, and I sprayed it on my, sprayed like on my shirt on the shoulder, and I was smelling it like the rest of the day. And there's, in Germany, we have 4711, and we have lots of cleaning products that have taken inspiration from 4711. So if you do a citrus in Germany, there's a huge risk that it will smell like cleaner to people. So what they've done here is they've managed to make a very, very, very citrusy fragrance, but have it not smell like cleaner to Germans. And I think it sounds pretty well here in Berlin.
Yeah. Well, maybe they were risque by making something that had like a freshy citrus drop, but it is beautiful, I must say. Like, it's gorgeous. But why? Is there a connection of cedar, or cedra means cedar, right? Is there any connection with that with Berlin? Like, there are lots of cedar trees. I don't know. Not sure.
So let me because I get confused with my conifers. Let me just see what cedar is in German. It's cedar. No, we actually have more. We have more. What are they called? I'm blanking. We have more pine trees here.
Pine. Oh, okay.
There was a count, or like some sort of royalty that planted lots of pine forests around Berlin to hunt animals in, and because pine trees grow very quickly, so we have loads of those. But is cedrat actually cedar?
I don't know
you're
what
probably
it is.
right. It has to be. No, cedrat. I think cedrat is that type of citrus. So
right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there's no cedar in here, so
I think so. There's definitely ICE super in it, but I think the cedrat actually means this type of citrus. It's like a specific citrus. But I got confused with that as well. Yeah.
Okay, that's my English. Okay, so.
But you're French, probably.
Yeah, whatever. Whatever that other language. Okay. What do you have next?
Yeah. So I've got probably, maybe, I don't know if it's controversial, but maybe it's not as interesting as the other picks, but I've worn this quite a bit. So this is age 24 H24, and this is like a small bottle that I got, but I have a huge 125 ml refill of this. That these bottles are refillable. Yeah, and this is like a very, I don't know, very modern, very avant-garde, masculine fragrance that features this very prominent use of sclarine. So I think sclarine is I don't know if it's a fractional distillate or some sort of synthetic that's connected to clary sage. Like, actually, like lots of ambroxan derivatives are also connected to clary sage. But this smells kind of a little bit like aromatic from the clary sage, but it has this very metallic smell as well. But somehow it's pleasant to me. So this is dry. This is so the sclarine is dry, but it's also steamy. It's got this like steamed shirt note. So I love spraying this on shirt. I love doing like lots of sprays on my shirt. I do like 10 sprays on my shirt and like get to smell it all day. I see Karen mentioning pear. Yeah, this does have like some green fruits in it as well. I'm thinking like pear and green apple. Like, it's very tart and it's very green and very fresh and easy to wear and clean. But it has like a slight woody, mossy base, but it's not gone too musty. That's my issue with the EDP. I've got a sample of the EDP. I think the EDP goes too far in that musty mossiness. So it's more powerful, it's more denser, but I like this for its lightness, and I like that you can spray a lot of it and not get annoying. And I like it. I get pretty decent performance of this too, like 6 to 7 hours.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
it's not bad at all.
Oh, wow. So that's a good performance from that one. And is that something that you smell often around? Because that's been around for a while, no?
Yeah, but I don't smell it. I rarely, like in Germany, maybe I've never noticed because it's not the most strong perfume, but I don't smell it a
Mm,
lot. It's kind of, I hope it sells well. I mean, they've done 2
mm,
flankers of it, so it must be doing at least all right. But yeah,
mm.
so 30 mils plus 125 mils is like 60 euros here on a discounter. So it's
Wow.
again like super cheap. You can spray a lot of it, and it's a modern masculine. You know, somebody's
Mm,
mentioned it's done by Christine Nagel. And it
mm,
must be like not even 4 years old. Like, let me
mm.
check. There's also like I think a narcissus note in it, but it's a clean narcissus, and it's not the most natural narcissus. But I want to say there's
Narcissism can be very
some
challenging for me. It's one of those
yeah,
that it just, okay, it can be like tuberose, like can be very
yeah.
challenging for me.
I have Tabak Taboo, and that one has a very very big narcissus in it. But yeah, this is from 2021 by Christine Nagel, and I think it's really really nice and affordable. Yeah, easy wear.
Yeah, nice. I've seen it like there's a lot of these kind of traditionally masculine ones. I've seen them in the shelves and I've never tried them. Like I need to like just kind of like have maybe like just go once and just write down my thoughts of try them and write down my notes. Not that I want a bottle, but it's good to know that kind of reference to these things like this, these ones that have
Yeah.
been around for a while.
This is actually, I think, the brother fragrance to Barenia. I don't know how you feel about Barenia, but these are like, so this is like Christine Nagel's take on a modern fougere, and Barenia is like Christine Nagel's take on a modern chypre. But we could debate on whether they fulfill that role. But how do you feel about Barenia? No,
Not
that's
for
a
me.
no.
No, not for me. I think there's something that's really overpowering in that one, and then it was just like nah. And it wasn't anything. It wasn't standing out. It wasn't anything special. I mean, maybe it has its own place, but I guess after I don't know. It's hard to kind of judge fragrances because after having so many bottles and smelling so many things, there's something that might be good, but I smell them like okay. It's nothing special, versus like if it would be like 3, 4, 5 years ago, I would say, oh, this smells really good. Maybe I should need a bottle. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah, it's fair.
I think it's a little bit of a kind of a burnout in that, like that after a while, you're like, okay, well, this is this genre or whatever. And if it's not really unique and standing out, then whatever. And then sometimes though, like in the same time, I do crave these simplistic fragrances, like Iris Cedra, like or things like that. So, is there a Kigali wood in Barenia or Georgie wood? Oh, Georgie wood,
I think
probably.
it might be Akigala wood in there. Yeah, I think you're right, Sandra.
That might be. Yeah, that might be what. I mean, generally, I don't feel like strongly against Kigali wood. I think it's all right if it's not done in overdose like anything else. But that one, there's something about it that was too much. Like I thought it was that friend of yours that's quite loud, and you can have a good time for an hour or two, but then after that, you get a headache from.
No, that's
I
fair.
don't
It's
know.
very strong. It lasts a
Yeah.
super long time, and it's
Yeah.
got like this very dry base, and then like this very non-distinct fruitiness in the top. So I get it. I thought it was interesting, but yeah, I just wanted to.
Yeah.
I think this one is nicer. This one is definitely much nicer, and definitely no worries if you're no matter if you're a guy or girl. I think you can also wear this as a girl.
Oh, okay.
Personally, I think maybe lots of girls might not be into it, but I think it's got this green, fresh fruitiness that I think anybody could like. It is like maybe something that reminds me very slightly of Jardin sur le Toit in the top, but this is got this more metallic steam chert note in the base that's more aromatic than fruity, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. I got to try that one. And okay, so what do I have next? Okay. Why am I getting so confused here? So my next one is from here, House of Van Cleef and Arpels. And here, let me see if I can focus here. Focus. my guy, focus. Neroli Amara. And this one is like one of the first Nerolis that I've ever tried, and I was like, oh my god, this is so good. And I, even though I didn't like the other types of Neroli that I had tried, and this one was, I fell in love with it. Like it was so good. I don't know if you've tried it or not, this one. Have you tried stuff from Van Cleef & Arpels?
No, that's a glaring gap in my experience. I have not tried anything. But
so
yeah.
these are kind of the whole line. It's kind of easy reach fragrances, generally non-offensive, generally not too much, but something that you can wear on a day in, day out and not get tired of. They're like really nicely done, and they're reasonably priced for what you can find in the discounter. So I like this line for that. And there's the Bois d'Iris that I like to wear at night. It's kind of a bedtime scent. They have Bois d'Amande, that's very nice. Those are, and there are a bunch of other ones. There's the vanilla one, and there's the incense one. There's another one that smells like Cuir Beluga a little bit, but a little bit more kind of a cheaper Cuir Beluga. But this is absolutely gorgeous. And the perfumer is Quentin Biche for this one. 2018 one. It's a bergamot, mandarin orange, Italian lemon, pink pepper, orange blossom, cypress, pear, black pepper, and base notes on neroli and white musk. Well, there's no base note neroli. Okay, whatever. And white musk. But this is, obviously it doesn't really last very long. Maybe like it would be 5 hours, 5-6 hours, but it's enough for me. And this is one of those that I would like to spray like again during the day and after a while, because that burst of freshness at the beginning. The bottles are also kind of, I feel like, very classy and cute, like, and then with this little dingly thing that just like a ASMR, whatever it is.
Wasn't there like what's it called? Is it called Devotion or something? There's another bottle that has this like chain on it from a designer. I forgot what it's called. No,
are you talking about Brut? Like has a kind of thing in it, like a little.
No, it was marketed towards women. I think was it Womanity? No, I forgot. No, there's something. There's like a weird, like it's got like this weird gothic style cap, and then like metal cap, and then there's like a chain connected to it. Forgot what it's called, but yeah, that just reminds me of that somehow.
Well, Lily is just going at my vocabulary, which absolutely sucks at this point. I'm just like mixing up. Some stuff are not coming very well. Yeah, it is Womanity, Karen says. Oh, interesting.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I think why I remember it so vividly is because it was in this BBC perfumery documentary. I think there was like they had this section with the with some sort of critic. I think it was like a very famous writer, and I'm blanking on the name now. Somebody's going to remind me. I don't know if it was Chandler Burr or somebody like that, like some sort of perfume critic that wrote like for a newspaper or something, and he was testing that fragrance in the video. And that's why I remember that. Yeah. Somehow,
let me pretend that I know who the perfume critic is. I don't know who the perfume critic is.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Not Luca.
It wasn't Luca Turin. It definitely was not Luca Turin.
Okay.
It was an American, some sort of American.
Some sort of.
Yeah, my wording's also degrading now.
All right. Okay, so what do you have?
Okay, so this means a lot. So even though I have not had this for a long time, it's the only one of a brand that I've mentioned twice now, and it's probably if you would leave me with just one fragrance, this might not be the most high-end one. I would probably choose this one. This is a very reflective bottle. This is Comme des Garçons 2. So 2. Comme des Garçons 2. You can see like the flowers being reflected. And this is a Mark Buxton creation. And
it's a Mark Buxton creation. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was. I think it was released together with Two Men in 1999. I want to say, and I think most people talk about Two Men. Somehow, that one, it's both are brilliant. Two Man is obviously amazing. I love it. But I think 2 is the one that is more wearable all year round. So it's not strictly a summer scent, but I love wearing it in summer. And yeah, you can hardly believe that it's from 1999. So it's been over 25 years that it's been out. But it's still super timeless and perfectly unisex. And I truly enjoy it. This one is kind of hard to describe. So I like the bottle design. I think the bottle design definitely influences how I perceive it. It's got this metallic quality again, like H24, but in a totally different way. This one has this shiny metallic note that's kind of inky. Ink is also one of the notes listed, but it's sweet and it's got a fruity note to it as well. So there's magnolia in there and some aldehydes in the top. And this magnolia, I think, with the aldehydes and maybe some of the other green notes in here, they create this sort of fruity green note to me. I don't see many people talking about it, but to me it has this like note of like a cantaloupe melon. So it's like a very cool, slightly melony, fruity note, and it's got the sweetness, but it's also very dry. And there's obviously there's frankincense in there. Comme des Garçons. Oh, you've got a guest?
Yes, we have a guest, but just go sit over there, okay? Not on the camera. Thank you.
Where's Dad?
In the bedroom.
Oh, can I go see him?
Sorry. Yes, you can, but just hold on. Sorry, you guys. Like, hold on a second. I remove myself. I'll be back in a second. You can stay there. You can continue talking. I should have removed the locked the door. But hold on. You go.
Okay. Yeah. Guess it's just me and you guys now. Yeah. So I don't know how many of you've smelled Comme des Garçons 2, but it's got this lighter feel than 2 Man. It's not as woody to me. It's got some floral sweetness, and it's got this incense note that's very mineralic, and I kind of get reminded of spray paint. So if you smelled spray paint before, but like imagine spray paint, but not as sharp. So spray paint is like kind of burns your nose maybe, but this one doesn't. This one is super smooth and it's super pleasant and clean, and it's got this like loads of lift. It really wears well as well. I wore this today for 8 hours, and after 8 hours somebody commented on it and said, "Oh, you smell nice." And I hate talking about like compliments, because I think people lie about compliments all the time. I think people say they get compliments, but they don't really, or they just spray too much and people have to comment on it because they just notice it. But somehow like somebody told me, "Wow, this smells super interesting," and like I asked them, "What do you feel when you smell it?" And they said to me, "It kind of draws you in. It kind of, you think, wow, what is this? This is so strong." But then also it doesn't annoy them, and they want to smell more of it. So yeah, maybe maybe that's just one person, and it was a coincidence. But anyways, I think this one comes off really nicely, and it has this very cooling feel to me. So like it cools me down in the summer, but also there's some interesting notes. There's like a cumin note in there, and there's a mate tea note in there, but it doesn't smell sweaty. It just gives this kind of alluring, sensual touch to it that makes you want to get closer to it. So yeah, I could talk about this all day, and then it dries down to like more of a like earthy patchouli with some woody vetiver, and it stays like very finely sweet and incensey. It's absolutely gorgeous. And if you haven't smelled it, please check it out and give it a shot. And also, yeah, it lasts 8 to 10 hours. No worries. Yeah.
So
awesome.
I got a bottle of this. I think somebody just like put it with like there was a really low partial of this one, and was left with the rest of the fragrances that I had. In like I bought a few bottles from them, and they added this to it, and then I got it first. I was like, for a long time I looked at the bottom. I was like, oh, why did they give me a scratch bottle? Like the number 2 on it, it looked like a scratch to me forever. And then like one day I took it out and I was like, oh, well, let me just wear this. And then it's like, I really liked it actually for what I smelled. And then I was looking, I was like, what is this even? Like, I'm trying to find the name. And then I find it on Fragrant and I was like, oh, look, that bottle has the scratch too. Oh no, that's a number 2. That's not the scratch. I just didn't realize for a long time. I ended up actually, now you make me regret that I'm giving it away. I think I just put it as an ad, the sample or something for someone when they bought a few bottles from me, but very, very interesting. Let me just take a look at quickly. That metal idea came from Mugler's Angelman. Angelman? What metal idea? Oh, okay. Welcome to your first stream, OFENLICHT. I guess they're commenting on me leaving you alone here. How does it feel to have almost 700 subs often? This is your channel now. Yes, you can take over.
Yeah, I could have said something really bad, but I held back.
I haven't heard. God, you gotta wear more Guerlain often. So many compliments. Right.
Jesus.
He's not looking for compliments. I feel like sometimes people are like going around and saying, like, to their coworkers, hey, I'm wearing a new fragrance today. And just a nice thing for them would be like, yeah, it smelled nice. And then they come and tell, oh, I got a compliment at work. Oh, no, you fished for a compliment. It wasn't like that. I feel like that happens more often than someone just like random coming to you and say, yo, you smell good. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I always figured like maybe it was a different culture because it's not part of German culture to just walk up to somebody and tell them they smell nice. Like maybe some friends that really want to say something nice to you do it, but it doesn't really happen. So I'm always confused. Like my theory was always, either they ask them and then they say, oh well, I got this compliment, or they just spray like tons of it and everybody has to smell it and somebody will just comment on it because they can't ignore it, or they just lie. They simply say, oh, I got lots of comments, and they just simply, like, I don't know, they imagined that they got comments. They felt like they smell so good and everybody loved them, or maybe somebody looked at them and then they thought, oh, that's a comment right there. You looked at me.
Yeah, I know. But I feel like there's a difference because here in Canada we don't do it often. Like, we don't really comment on people's scent in general, whether bad or good. But it's just something personal, like it's like even like girls to girls, you don't say, oh, that lipstick looks great on you. Like you don't. That's kind of weird. You have to be really comfortable with each other to kind of comment on those things. But I think there's a difference between here and US, because occasionally when I'm in US and occasionally if I have dressed well, I hear people compliment me, like just say it out loud, which is kind of like, ooh, okay, thank you. Like it's kind of nice, but I think there's a difference in culture in that kind of how people approach these things in different countries, right?
Yeah, totally. Like I'm saying, like maybe some people just know more outgoing people in life or meet more outgoing people in life and that are comfortable with commenting on your smell. So I won't say that it doesn't happen. It's just not my experience.
Yeah.
So I saw I've opened the comments. Dallas, that's me. And also I think I have 16 different Comme des Garçons now and a couple of backups. So I think like close to 20 almost.
Yeah, guys, if you have not subscribed, please do subscribe to OFENLICHT. And if you have not subscribed to this channel, what are you doing? And OFENLICHT does a lot of very, very nice quality reviews, and he's not as chatty catty and goes on a tangent like me. He does a lot of good reviews. Like, please do subscribe, and I will leave the link later. And if any of you can drop the link in the chat, that would be great right now. I literally never asked what my coworkers thought. They just told me. Okay, your coworkers are disinhibited.
Yeah, but she didn't say whether she got a compliment or whether they just told her that she like smelled.
You stink.
Yeah, Karen, was it a positive comment?
Right. That's the let us know, because I remember, God, this must have felt really bad, but in my 20s, we had a coworker. It was a team of us working together, and we were just assigned to work together over and over in a team. And then she's a nice gal, but she stank. Like, it was so bad. Like, and all of us were like, ugh. And we were like often in areas that were poorly ventilated. So we're all looking at whatever, and everyone is obviously gossiping. And I was like, you know, I am going to buy a deodorant and I'm going to do it nicely. And I'm going to, you know, I ended up approaching her and she took it actually very well. And she stank less afterwards, but still like stank a little bit. But I don't think she stinks anymore. But anyways, I feel like I feel bad for doing it. Like I feel like it's kind of mean thing, but at the same time, it's better than gossiping.
Yeah, I was gonna say I always prefer, like, even though maybe it hurts in the moment, I always prefer when people tell me that I'm doing something that is, you know, not that I do it a lot, but I'd rather people be honest to me. I think I really credit that. I really rate that. I'm thankful if people tell me, oh, you didn't do that correctly. You didn't do that in the right way, or did you notice that you did that?
Yeah.
I'd rather have that than people just, you know, treat me badly behind my back or not like me because I did something that I could easily change.
Right.
So yeah, I think you did well.
And I'm always grateful if somebody's teaching me something rather than me being, you know, the bumblefuck, like walking around not knowing what I'm doing and doing something ridiculous. Like somebody tells me how to do it, like I'll be always appreciative of that. That's learning is always, you know, you are indebted to someone who teaches you something, you know, and I think that's in this little pieces and being flexible and just appreciative of when it is delivered, obviously, you know, correctly. Okay, so what's going on here? When I wore men's fragrances, I was told I stunk. When I wore Chloe Nomad and Mon Guerlain, like women are supposed to smell of roses, etc. Bullshit. Okay, not really. I don't care about what women smell like.
Maybe women's perfumes are just better than men's perfumes, you know. Maybe that's the bottom line.
To be honest, again, it's just I think there's a lot that goes to something that smells good. There's like I fully believe that how much you believe in your, you know, the whole charisma, the whole kind of picture goes into something smelling good. It's not just what you put on your skin. My last but not least is drum roll. What do you think it is? People in the chat.
Ooh.
What brand? Last but not least.
That's not easy to guess. That's hard.
It is actually easy to get the brand because if you know
Guerlain?
No, it's not Guerlain. So if you know two favorite brands of mine, what is the other one?
Wow, you've put me on the spot. I should probably know. It's what else could is it? It's not.
Oh, I'm heartbroken.
Yeah, you should be. It's not YSL, is it?
Nope.
Damn. How do I not know this?
Cheat from the chat.
Is it Chanel?
Yes, it is Chanel. Yes,
oh, okay. So it has to be one of the Les Exclusives then, right?
Mm-hmm.
Les Exclusives summer. Damn. Is it? It's. I haven't smelled all of them. That's so. I need to. Is it Bois d'Azur?
No. It is.
Okay, no, you have to help me.
One and only Chanel Boy.
Ooh. Damn, what? That's my favorite. That's out of all the ones I smelled, that is my favorite. How did I not get that? What?
Oh,
the hell?
Because you realize, like sometimes unconsciously, you're like you see a girl or like a opposite gender, you don't think that they're into what you are. It's kind of so weird. But this is so good, and this is one of the EDP releases. So there's no EDT release of this one. So prior to 2016, this did not exist, and this was love at first scent. Like I just went to store, smelled it, and I was like, I want that bottle, and that's it. Obviously, it's named after Boy Capel, Coco's boyfriend or affair at some point, who apparently funded a lot of her like business stuff at some point. Anyways, and the nose behind it is Olivier Polge, not Jacques Polge, and it's lavender, grapefruit, lemon, geranium, orange blossom, rose, vanilla, heliotrope, sandalwood, vanilla, musk, and coumarin. You can accumulate all the notes that I love and put it in a fragrance. And it will be this. This is so good. So good. I don't know what to say about this. Tell me about your love affair with this one. How did you come across this one, and what do you get most of with this one?
So like I said, I have not smelled a lot of the Les Exclusifs. Somehow I don't know. I never got into them. I thought like all these private lines from the designers, they're just overpriced, and I kind of dismissed them. Like I have to admit, but yeah, then I started smelling some, and now actually out of all of the, so I've smelled maybe like 6 or 7 of the private Chanels. And out of all the private lines I've smelled so far, I'm really starting to think that Chanel has the best one, to me personally, for now. Like even better than, even if I include Guerlain, I would probably, if you gave me like the collection of all of the private lines, fragrances of any brand, I would probably choose Chanel at this point. But yeah. I smelled the different ones. I think I smelled Jersey before this one. I smelled, what's the one with the Bel Respiro? I smelled that one.
Yes.
Yeah, and then I smelled Boy, and Boy just Boy hit right, like the freshness of the citruses, of the lavender, like this kind of cologne fougere idea, but then you get the rose and the geranium with it, and it's so refreshing. It's got like a green feel. It's got like a slight mintiness from the geranium. Like it's so fresh. And then in the base you get more of this Kumaran creaminess, and this just like it smooths out. It's like when people talk about Chanel being like smooth and refined, this embodies that. Like this is beautiful, and I love all these florals in there. I love lavender. I thought Jersey to me was too sweet, to be honest. Maybe I'm gonna make some enemies.
EDT or EDP?
I only tried the EDP, so maybe that was why. But yeah.
No. My Jersey, I don't know if there maybe you tried an older EDP, but the new EDP is not like, it doesn't have like that gingerbread note or whatever that's in there. The only the one that has that note is the EDT for me, not the EDP of Jersey. This is an EDT of Jersey, and this one is kind of sweeter in that way. But my newer Jersey is not as sweet at all, and neither is the Parfum. So it is very strange to me. Like, how is that so different?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the tester is older that I tried. It was a tester in the store. But maybe it was just what I smelled before, that in relation to whatever I smelled before, it was more sweet. So I kind of thought, well, I like lavender, but I don't like my lavender very sweet. All these very sweet vanilla lavender fragrances, they're not really mine. I say that, but I probably contradict myself. But yeah, there's some ones from the, maybe if we mention some more, there's one that maybe contradicts what I just said. But
what about Lavender Extreme from Tom Ford? Do you not like that?
I've not tried it. I have to admit, I've not tried it. I've not tried, especially all of the more like classic Tom Fords or all of the private line Tom Fords. I've not tried.
I think you are due for a Mitra care package at some point. You need to try.
I would love to send you some too, but we'll have to look into how the shipping works. Yeah,
I'm already have 2 packages stuck in my customs, and I'm like, fuck.
Can you tell me about Boy formulations? Because I was looking up, like, obviously once I smelled, I was like looking up for bottles on the used market, and there's a seller that was selling, I think 160 or 170 mil left in the 200 mil bottle from 2016, but it was like kind of expensive. And then they also had a 2022 75 ml that was almost full. I was wondering, is it worth going for the older stuff, or is it all right if I get like a new one?
No, I think you could get like a new one is as good as old one. Don't waste your money. Like here, you can find, if I am lucky, once in a blue moon, I could find a 200 ml bottle for like $320 US. But that's rare. It's not all the time, but and not all off the line. But if you could find just the current formulation, it's fine. It's fine. I don't think there's a big difference.
Okay. Yeah, awesome. I will probably look for 75 because 200 might be too much anyways. Like, But
Yeah.
we'll see. Maybe I will, once I get to 75 and I start like getting low, I will start getting anxious about using it. Yeah,
But
but I
isn't
don't know.
that like, it's always like, if someone was talking about fragrance addiction and things like that, they were saying like, I could not have a smaller size. I always had to have the bigger size, and you just this whole kind of saving per ml, which is such a ridiculous thing, because at this point in my collection now, of course, I must say that I do share some stuff with people. I'm not going to say that because that brand doesn't quite hard on people, but at this size of my collection, I don't need any 100 ml even of anything really. I don't foresee myself finishing it, but it's like in that kind of they always trap you in that it's cheaper per ml if you get more. It's like there's a bargain hunter inside me. It's like, oh yes, let me have a 200 ml, but that's what it is. Comme de Garçon 2, my sent elementary school because my mom used to spray the crap out of me. Okay.
That's crazy, but you smell good though. You smell good.
They stood out in the class. Turned on, hi, turned on, how are you? Big bottles only is a coping mechanism because the smaller bottles sell out quicker. I was thinking you're going to say something else. I thought, Karen, you're going to say big bottles are overcompensating. But I'm not going to say that.
That too. Yeah. But I'm looking for more 50 and 30 mils these days. I'm I've not been like actually like collecting for a long time, but I've already amassed enough fragrances that will last me a lifetime at this point. So I'm glad when I get to pick up a 30 or 50 mil for a good price, like the Nicolai New York Intense, for example. I might also wear it this summer, and I got that really cheaply. It was a 30 mil. How
many bottles you have? Do you know, or you count? Or
yeah, I've tracked it on Parfum, and with backup bottles, I think I'm at like 110 maybe. Yeah,
that's a healthy size for a year.
Yeah, but like lots of them are small. There's lots of like 15 mils and all of that. But yeah, and lots of cheapies also from early on.
If you were to, what is your favorite cheapie fragrance from your collection? What would you say?
Oh yeah, it's so what do we consider cheapie? I was thinking like maybe below 20 euros or maybe below 35 euros.
Your cheapies are really cheapie, like below 50.
Below 50. Below 50, maybe it's some of my Guerlains. I got a lot of Guerlains that I paid less than 50 for. Some Aqua Lagorius, some like Vetiver, EDT, Abbey Rouge, EDT. I also paid like 50 euros for L'Heure Bleue, EDP. Yeah, maybe those. But also, let me just, the ones that I brought here. So this one that I showed on my channel, Nerolia Vetiver, I paid 48 for this 125 mil. And I also got this Moschino Toy Boy that I really like. Weird bottle, but yeah, I paid 35 for this 100 mil. Yeah, those are great for the price. But I think even if we say below 50, one of my favorites is gonna be Bentley for Men Absolute. So the black Bentley that is done by Michel Almerac, who kind of did a less complex version of Gucci Pour Homme in that fragrance. It's really, really awesome, like woody incense with some Gaiac wood. So these are both not very expensive, and then the Gucci, not the Gucci, the Bentley, and then also this one, La Ligue White. I paid 19 euros for this one, 125 mils. I think, who was it? Was it Pradeep that got me to buy this? It might have been Pradeep. Somebody here kept talking about it. I finally got it, and it's really, really awesome. I will also wear this in summer a lot. Yeah, so those come to mind.
What has been your most expensive purchase? Like just a bottle, like one bottle wise?
Single bottle, I think it was Amouage Rose Incense.
That's nice. That's a very nice
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, that one.
Is there?
I think I paid 220 euros or something like that for the 100 ml.
Is there a house that you'd like to discover more, or like is kind of a next in you trying? Is there anything that you're curious about?
I mean, yeah, for sure. Chanel, the Les Exclusifs. I need to try all of them. And then what else is there? So I have to look at my watch list on Parfüm to so I don't forget.
Do you find that you actually like go by that watch list? Like I find sometimes like I put fragrances that I want to try in Fragrantica, and 5 years later I haven't tried any of them, and I've been distracted with everything else but them.
It just grows, and then at some point I have to sort it and delete some stuff that I don't. Yeah, I can't access it. Let me think. Like, there's definitely some brands that I wanted to check out. I'm blanking. I'm just blanking right now.
It's like, have you tried anything from the Sputorno or whatever that's Sheldrake's brand?
No. Okay. I like obviously I like Serge Lutens. I got a lot of Serge Lutens, but that one, it just kind of it didn't click with me, like, somehow. Oh yeah, there's a couple that I'm remembering now. There's I wanted to try some from Joram Studios, I think was the brand. What else was there? Damn.
Have you tried the Mouse, like a Frederic Mouse?
Yeah, I've tried a bunch of Frederic Mouse at this point because they're available at the department store, and yeah, I've got a few on my list. I definitely have to look for a bottle of En Passant and Portrait of a Lady. Those two are probably my two favorites. But yeah, there's also
Lady
others.
book. This is the whole presentation of whatever their anniversary was.
That was the red bottle or the previous one?
Yeah. No, that's the red bottle. That it comes with the kind of inside of it. There's the red bottle thingy. It's so pretty. Let me just.
I'm super sad. I missed out on somebody sold it for, I think, 210 euros for the whole presentation. And I was like, oh damn, I could have picked that one up, but yeah, I wasn't ready at the time. So maybe yeah, I'm still looking for a good.
I actually bought it from a European group, actually.
Yeah. It was really cheap here for a while, but I think now they're starting to sell out on the stuff. Yeah, I need to find a good deal on a portrait. Yeah, what other brands are there? I'm trying to think of the department store. Like, most of the brands don't really. There's like small brands, but I'm totally blanking.
Like Hermes, have you tried anything Hermesons? And I'm just looking.
I've tried some. I need to try more Hermesons. That's actually a good idea. Yeah, I've tried the Ambre Narguilé. I've tried. What was the other one? Yeah, I've tried like maybe 2 or 3, but there's so many. I need to still try for sure.
And what about Celine? What is the Celine situation in Germany?
I think it should be available, but I've not tried any of the Celines. Maybe I should try some Celine. So that one, I've not tried a single one of Celine. Yeah.
And like, what about? Have you tried, like, I mean, Dior's? You're at Dior Privé. Are you familiar with Dior Privé?
Yeah, I started getting into those. I need to try the whole range. From the ones that I've tried so far, my favorites were Bois d'Argent and Eau Noire. Those two, but I've only smelled the modern formulations, so maybe they're a shadow of the former ones. But they're still nice. I really like the myrrh in Bois d'Argent. I thought the myrrh was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, Bois d'Argent. Yeah, the older presentation, it smells better, but whatever, the newer formulation, I like it as well. Despite, like, I may be murdered here by a duck. But also that the Eau Noire, I prefer the current formulation over the old formulation. Old formulation, it was skanky, to be honest. So it's the same.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe you guys can suggest some brands, and I can maybe add some to my list. But
yeah, we have to turn you to one of us. You have to try all these things. One of us. You are one of us.
like a bunch of stuff that like I'm still gonna wear this summer. So this one is the sweet lavender that I talked about. So 1725. That one I like, even though it's a sweet lavender, but it's not like syrupy. And I've got Fils de Dieu du riz et des agrumes, which is this has like a rice note, and it's got like coriander, like cooking spices from Asia in it. I really like that one. I got this Eau Sauvage Parfum. That one I really like, the LME resin. And then I got this not Point de Jour, sorry, Parole d'Eau from the Serge Martin lineup. That one I'm gonna wear as well in the summer.
Something from Le Bleu qui Petit. I need to wear that one from that line. It's really, really pretty, and it's like a pearly purchase for me.
Yeah, Dans Le Bleu qui Petit. I also got a bottle of that. Those are crazy affordable. Like the Dans Le Bleu qui Petit here are like 58 euros or something for the 100 ml. Yeah, super good pick.
Vol de Nuit?
Vol de Nuit?
Yeah, were you looking for Vol de Nuit?
I was talking to you. Yeah, you showed me a site that was selling the extrait, and I still got that site open. I'm thinking about it, but I have the EDT. I have the EDT. I've got a 2016 bottle of the EDT, the B bottle that I found.
Nice. And what else you have?
I've not that many. I've got the probably most hyped summer Eldo. This is Your Summer Like You. It's
that's so good. That is good.
Nice minty, fresh green floral fragrance. I really like this one. Oops, getting a little messy. But yeah, that one actually. People say it doesn't last, but I don't know what they're doing. Like to me, I get 6 to 8 hours of this.
Yeah,
like, there's lots of musk and ambroxan in the base for sure. And
I think people get nose blind to certain kind of musks and things like that, and that's why they feel like it's not lasting. But it's really they've got nose blind to it.
Yeah, it has to be. Yeah, and then I'm going to show 2 more. These are kind of related, I would say. This is Nez 1+1 Lilac. I think Galen really hated this one. And this one is Comme des Garçons Serpentine. And I mentioned these both at the same time because they have this very, how do you say it, urban, aqueous green idea to them. So Lilac is inspired by a modern interpretation of Swan Lake, and it's like playing in the city. So it's like about a lake or a pool in the city. And it smells like a pool. It smells like chlorine, but it also has like this very green pine tree feel to it, like pine needles, and also something minty. It's weird. It's really weird, but I kind of like it. It's just very sharp. And this one is a collaboration with a gallery. I think 17 is a gallery in Britain. And this is about the park. What? Sorry, I didn't catch.
Does it have a snake note?
No, that would be funny. Maybe like a zoologist. I don't know, but have you smelled a snake? Snakes don't smell good. They really don't.
I have actually never. Oh, actually, maybe I had when I went to Thailand, I had something around my neck, but anyways, it could have been.
Yeah, I don't think snakes smell particularly good. But yeah, anyways, so this one, the gallery is called Serpentine, and there's like some text on here. I don't know if you can read it, but it says the grass, the trees, the lake, and you. And so this is about the park of this gallery, and it has like a lake in it and some trees, but it's in a city. So there's also some like asphalt and like smoky nose from like car exhaust, but it's very light and it's very like lush and green and fresh. And this one, I love this one, and I kind of treasure it. So this one is one of those I wish I could wear more, but somehow I have this mental block because I like it so much. And even though you can still buy this is still made, but it's kind of expensive for this 15 ml. I think it's like 90 euros if you buy it new. But yeah, I got this one used as well. So this
Sounds
one
like
I love.
very avant-garde, like a concept.
Yeah, and I think it's really underrated. Not like the only one that I've seen talked about this is Sebastian. It's also one of the reasons I kind of vibe with Sebastian is like he also likes Comme des Garçons, so that's kind of how I connected with him, even though he doesn't know me obviously. But yeah, so he likes this one, and I kind of got it on his recommendation, and I also really like this one a lot.
One last question. Hi, Robert. One last question. Is there a note that you're like I have been an iris kick for like ever, but is there a note that you're kind of like trying to discover more, or like just you are in the mood for these days? Is there anything specific like that? Or do you get maybe about notes?
Yeah, so my favorite note is probably incense. That's probably my number one note. But I also really like rose, so I'm always looking for very nice rose fragrances. And what is something I want to get into? Let me think. So probably lavender. Probably I really like lavender, but I think lots of lavender in fragrances doesn't smell very real. We used to have like lavender bushes in the garden, and they always smelled very nice when they bloomed. And I rarely got the same feel from a fragrance. Like maybe I need to look into like the L'Occitane. Generally, I made lists of like all the fragrances that the Doug and Galen talked about in their stream. They had like recently. They had mentioned loads of nice lavenders, so I have to like work my way through those. But yeah, lavender is one for sure. Yeah, I think I'm always interested in like new implementations of stuff. Like if there's a concept for a fragrance that seems interesting to me. Like these Ney fragrances, they always have like a concept, and that's what drew me to those. But yeah, I don't know. Like I'm thinking there's some more just interesting stuff. Like for example, Diptyque's L'Eau Papier. It doesn't have any super exciting notes, but it has this like rice note that is super interesting, and this texture that's super interesting. So yeah. So for example, that one, or yeah, I think maybe more resins. I want to try maybe more myrrh. I really like. I started to notice that I really like myrrh if it's done well, and like even stuff like Les Indomptables Oriental Velour, which I struggled with a lot when I first smelled it. I kind of started enjoying more and more every time I smell it. So it is big myrrh in that as well. Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you. We're coming up to 2 hours. Like that was a good stream. Thanks everyone for being here. Thank you like for accepting my my invitation for being interviewed or interrogated on my channel. And hopefully hopefully we see more of you. We could do more of these talks. I really enjoyed it. Thank you for being here and just being accommodating. That was absolutely fantastic. And if the other thing is I have that interview with Scent Bubble, like that I had published ahead of time. So if you haven't watched it, please go watch. Please watch me being embarrassed, answering questions. And if you have not subscribed to OFENLICHT, please do subscribe to this channel. And we shall see you later. Do you have any finishing words or final words?
No, just the time flew by. I really enjoyed my time. I had this timer I'm looking at on my screen right now, but if I didn't have the timer, I would have never known that we were talking for 2 hours, because it's been so enjoyable. And I thought, I think you really, I think it was really nice of you to invite me. And I enjoyed this a lot. And I think live streams are really nice, because I probably should look more at chat, because it's so interactive and I love this part. But yeah, anyways, I'm grateful that I got to be here, and thank you everybody for watching. I hope there was something interesting to all of you at some point. Maybe something about any fragrance that we talked about. Maybe you got inspired to try any. And I loved it. I had a great time, and I hope to see you all soon around.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night, good evening, whatever, good early morning, and we shall see you later. Bye.
Bye.